I'ma elevate your mind. Come in, stop then, I'm hot, don't stare. No shame, front of no fear. Chain swinging so sincere. Know that I gotta don't stare. Stop then, I'm hot, don't stare. No shame, front of.
Welcome to the Slant podcast. Welcome back to our Waivers episode. I have Sam V joining me. Tell him about it, Sam.
Yo, what's up? It's me, Steve. It's the middle class man. I don't want to talk about it. Fuck that.
All right. Firstly, how did your fantasy matchup go this week?
Piece of cake. Division 3 is a joke. I don't want to talk about it. They're too easy. It's like running over a child. It's like push.
Was it just me, or was there like no points this week? Like everyone just scored so low.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's like pushing your missus down some stairs. It's light work. It's easy. I'm currently losing, but I have Dalvin Cook play tomorrow. So if you can get me 11,
How many points you need?
11 points to win. I'm on. What am I on? 68 right now, and then my opponent's on 79. So if Dalvin can get me 11 points, it's all over. So what can you say? The fat lady is already singing. So it's done.
Ooh, big call.
8-2.
8-2. Oh, fuck! Must be nice. Must be nice, not having to fight for your playoff.
How you going, Matt? How's life?
I think I'll roll to 5-5 this week. I should get the dub. And by should I mean it's already been locked up. Alvin Kamara's 3 tutties and Claypool's tutty this week was quite nice. So should roll to 5-5 in a table that's as tight as a nun snatch. So yeah, much needed win. Finally get my full team back next week. I'll be able to start Watson, Kamara, hopefully Carson, Julio, Michael Thomas, and whoever I can find at tight end. So
listen, mate,
should be all good.
You need
run home, baby.
You need to make some deals and skip some meals. That's how we do it in the middle class. 5-5.
I've been making deals. I made a deal for George Kittle the week before he broke his foot or whatever he did. So, yeah. All right, I'm just running home, I would have had a pretty dope team until Kittle got hurt. So, all good. Running home. But anyway, welcome to our Waivers episode. Today we'll kind of be going through some people you might want to pick up, might want to drop, and then some injury news. So, without further ado, we'll start off with some injuries from today. Quarterback-wise, Teddy Bridgewater had a bit of a knee problem. They reckon he might be back this week. I'm not entirely so sure, but we know how quarterbacks like to push through these sort of things. So could definitely be back. I'm not sure it kind of really matters, to be honest. They kind of just dump to the running back on a run route. So it's kind of it. It's the game plan. No matter who's at quarterback, it's easy. Gets the job done. Another one is Big Drew Brees had a rib problem. He's been having shoulder problems for the last few weeks in his injury report. So I'm not entirely sure if it's rib or if it's a kind of re-aggravation of his shoulder. He got absolutely smoked on a play that was super clean, and the defender got flagged for it, which was kind of annoying. But didn't come back in. Jameis Winston played the second half, and I mean he did enough, like he kind of normally does. He did enough with that offense. So, remains to be seen. I've seen some news thinking that he'll play this week, but we'll see. Matt Stafford finished the game. He had a bit of a thumb problem. He's off for x-rays. We haven't heard anything further from there. Again, I'm not sure it makes a whole lot of difference, to be honest. Running back, Jermichael Hasty broke his collarbone. Kind of shit. He's out for the season, but they were going to the bye, I believe, and Mostert and probably Coleman will be back the week after. So good luck with that backfield following the bye. Wide receiver John Brown hurt his ankle, did not return. These ankles are just annoying, and lead to multiple weeks. So I'm sure we'll touch on it later on who we kind of like in that offense now. Tre'Quan Smith got smoked and hyperextended his neck. I'd expect he'd miss a few weeks, should be back before the season. Tight end, Nick Boyle, hurt his knee, season over, which definitely affects Mark Andrews because Nick Boyle is the only other tight end on their active roster, so they'll have to pull someone up or sign someone and that'll affect Mark Andrews' playing time. And I can see him, while he's playing 70% of the snaps, whatever, I can see that holding steady or moving up and him becoming more focal with the tight end sets that Baltimore like to run. Next part is droppable players. Sammy V, who are these players that people are hot on that you think you should now kick to the curb and get that shit out of there? Who are you thinking to drop?
Adrian Peterson. Look, mate, the middle class man don't want to bar of AP. His body's dustier than Todd Gurley's knees. He's old. He spanked his child with a switch. I don't want him. I want no part of it anymore. He's probably the GOAT of this generation in terms of running backs, but I don't want that PP in my fold. Get out of here. Go home.
Agreed. They gave the start to DeAndre Swift this week, and he had like 150 yards from scrimmage. So while AP has some bursts out of nowhere, I think they've kind of slowly handing the keys back to Swift now, and looking to see what he is before the end of the season and the draft comes up. So agreed. I think you can drop AP. We said it last week. Definitely this week with the start and how Swift did. Anyone else?
Any Browns receivers for me, man. Genuinely, they're a run-first side. I want nothing to do with Browns receivers. If you look at Jarvis Landry, he's getting like 4 points, 5 points a game. I don't want it. For a wide receiver one, that's terrible. I want no part of it. Only if you're desperate. Like Jarvis Landry is like a first year in Bar 101, right? You keep feeding him $3 cruisers and he keeps feeding you fuck all in return. So I don't want him.
Fuck. I hope half the viewers get that reference because it's pretty good there. Other ones I like to drop is Marquise Brown. We said drop him last week. Should have dropped his ass last week. Sure as hell drop his ass this week. Yeah, that's just been a terrible call from the fantasy community this year. So get his ass to the curb, bounce him. Other ones, Justin Jackson hurt his knee. Get his ass out of here. Eckler will be back by the time he gets back. So bounce him. And I think another one is my boy Deejay Dallas. He's been covering while Chris Carson's gone. I believe Carson will be back this week. If not, I don't really want him next week because they signed Alex Collins for a reason. So I think you can also drop Deejay Dallas. If you manage to pick him up for free from waivers and cover a few weeks, you got some nice RB1 value back for free. Count your chickens, move on, cut your losses, and then go sign the next running back. Anyone else?
Droppable. You said Justin Jackson, right? I was just looking through my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really it for me. I mean, I definitely, as the middle class man, we don't want mid-tier players. And if we haven't already said drop Michael Gallup or most of those Cowboys receiving core, aside from maybe CeeDee Lamb, I can see him still having some upside.
Get her hit his ass as well. I didn't care about talent. I need production.
Well, listen, mate. If we're comparing it to the Bar 101 Jarvis Landry, right? You're more likely to get 8 points out of CeeDee Lamb than you are Jarvis. So if you need a sly 8 points, he might still be able to get it done. He just got dropped in my league, so you might be able to get him on the cheap. And if you want a cheap 8 points, that's your guy. But that's not really what you want, is it? So I guess drop him. Just to feed him argument.
I love the talent. I think he's going to be a generational receiver. He's got so much raw talent. But I want him next year when Dak's back or if they fuck off Cooper or Gallup out of their offense. Too many mouths to be really confident in one. I'd rather wide receiver 2 somewhere else than like even a John Brown over someone like him right now. So yeah. Anyway, on to this week's waiver wire pickups.
Yeah.
Who are we looking at having a sneaky $2 or $3 bid on? Who are we looking maybe $5 bid? Who are you trying to target this week in waivers, Sam?
Well, here's the thing. I'm still not targeting anyone because my side is taking me to the promised land. But if I was thirsty like I was last week, yeah, not anymore. Not how we do it in the middle class. I'll be going for Darnell Mooney, man. He's definitely one of the more exciting players with the pill in his hand. He looks like he's listening to Blinding Lights by the Weeknd on a coke adrenaline rush. He moves quick. He's going to have a big game soon, like a 15 to 20 point explosion, a breakout day. It's bubbling at the surface. I don't care if it's Nick Foles or Trubisky throwing. It's inevitable. Just like my rig getting better one day. So look, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm going Darnell Mooney.
Fair crack. A few guys I'm going to have a crack at this week potentially is the Bees. I tried trading him as a piece with someone about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I picked him up from waivers. And I tried justifying the fact that he was going to be 8 points every single week without fail and flex. And the guy he has no value. No one ever values the Bees. It was like last year, but he just keeps on producing. He's not going to give you 30, 40 points, but heck, he's going to give you 8 to 11 every single week. So I think we can finally start trusting the Bees. And with all these injuries and buys coming up, put $2 or $3 on him, nab him, get his ass on your bench, or even on your flex spot. Get you 8 points. We've got players out here giving us 3 or 4 points like Jarvis Landry each week. Okay? Put the Bees in. Cover your ass. Get yourself 8 points. Lock it in. Get the hell out of there. Get the Bees. 5% bid max. Back him. Another one is Tim Patrick. I think we kind of briefly mentioned him about last week. If he's still in your league, pick him up. 2, 3, 4% bid. Goes up against Miami this week. I know we talked about Hamler last week a little bit. I know Judy's a bit of a beast there, but Judy's ugly. It's that simple. I don't know how Drew Lock's going to keep looking his way when you just downright that ugly. So I think he's going to start looking Tim Patrick's way. Tim Patrick's a bit of a cutie, so I feel like he's going to start punching some balls into his hands. So pick up Patrick, start him against Miami in the flex, go nuts. Another one is a bit ugly. I drafted this guy in like the 6th round or whatever it was, AJ Green. It's been fucking terrible. He had like 5 targets today for 0 catches. Super disgusting. You're going to pick him up for free, chuck him on your bench, see what he does. It's only because his matchups for the run home are super favorable. He's got some pretty soft ones where, like, if he bangs this week and he's on your bench, you won't have to pick him up next week's waivers and you can keep going. So his matchups are Washington this week, but then he's got the Giants, Miami, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Houston. Tell me that's not an insane run home, where if he has a banger week and everyone goes to rush or waivers, you want to have him on your bench already because that guy could give you a few points on a championship type week or certainly on a bye week. So definitely a good stash there. My last one is Logan Thomas, 34%. If you need a tight end, if you're like me and just have no fucking tight ends and they're just all dust and they all score 3 or 4 points each week, Logan Thomas will surely get you 3 or 4 points at least, and then maybe hopefully 5 or 6. So that offense is pretty average. Scary Terry's all they got. Some Gibson, they got a little bit of a run game there. And J.D. McKissick out the backfield. But I like Logan Thomas. He gets a bit of volume, big target. Surely get a tutty at some point soon. So those are the waivers that we kind of like this week. It's a pretty shit-house week for waivers.
I like a few more.
Oh, who else you like?
Listen, mate, the middle-class man ain't playing with these ones. Look, I don't know how much of a sleeper you can call it, but he's 45% owned, and he's actually the running back 18 on the season, which is actually quite outstanding. Nyheim Hines, man, if he's floating out there in your league, he's gone and he's had a really good game. I think he solidified himself a role. For now, he might just be the guy. I think they might put JT on ice while he just learns the game a little bit better. They'll keep giving him 5-6 touches. Nyheim will probably take, 8 carries and maybe 5 passes out in the backfield. Get you 8 points going forward. I mean, at this rate, that's all you can really ask for in terms of a waiver wire running back acquisition. Aside from that, you can also nudge potentially, I don't know if Matt's already said it, but like a Lamar Miller as a desperation ploy. You got Ryan Nall, who's pretty much just a pass-catching workhorse, and Cordell Patterson, who ain't much better. So Lamar Miller could be a deep pickup. Wouldn't recommend it, but if you're desperate, consider it. Gus Edwards, as per, will do his thing. Lat Murray, 7-8 points a game. You can't ask for much more than that at this rate in time. If you don't have a running back who's getting you 14, 15, you're stuffed, and that's all your fault. And then wide receivers. KJ Hamler, and Pittman. There we go.
Just touching on that Miller thing, I was gonna get to the next segment. Sam's gonna fucking come my grass as per. I harped on about him last week, okay? Only from the fact that David Montgomery was out. I think Ryan Noah, everyone's rushing to go pick him up. I think he's a third down pass catching back. Kadar Patterson, I think is the same. I think he's very much a go-go gadget guy, but I'm not sure they really want to give him the ball. And I know the Chicago Bears offense isn't one that you want to fucking rush out and go and unload all your fab on. But Lamar Miller plays Tuesday. So by the time we edit this video and get this up, this will be on Tuesday. If you have a bench guy that you're going to drop this week, drop him now and pick up Lamar Miller before his game starts. That way, if he does anything and becomes a workhorse back for a game, you then have a bench guy on your week that you can wait this week and see if David Montgomery rests up. If David Montgomery becomes healthy, you can then drop him again. If you don't pick up Lamar Miller beforehand and he goes and bangs, you bet your ass someone's going to pick him up on waivers for more than you can for free right now. So it's purely a move that you can get of before the game. You then don't need to wait till waivers before you can either pick him up, or drop him. So pick him up, sit on him for the game, see what you want to do, and then you can either drop him again or you can hold him for the week. Smart plays, sharp plays. Last segment is our streamers. Oh, yep.
I don't know about that. Here's the thing. While I think Lamar Miller could be a smart pickup, the Bears have a week 11 bye, which means that by the time it's week 12, I think Montgomery will be back. But if he bangs, it's worth taking note of.
Could easily, and that's so true in the sense that concussions generally, they might have just decided to just rest him knowing that they had the bye coming up. It could also might be someone else. Like I know that we saw someone that we talked about last week in Duke Johnson. I know we saw David Johnson go down with concussion, then got put on IR. And we highlighted it last week that I said that hit looked nasty and not like a normal concussion. What do you know? He's out for 3 weeks rather than just 1 week. So, yeah, definitely speaking to that. I'm not saying go unload 100 fab on him and then like tie yourself to him. If you can do a free spot, see what he does. If he does nothing, you can drop him straight back before waivers even clear. So you're good. The last segment is streamers at each position that we are deep sleepers. Now, shout out to the lads last week for getting on the ship. Michael Pittman was a sharp call by Sam here. Tell him how tell us, for those that didn't listen to Sunday's episode, can you just tell us how Pittman went?
I think it was 15 points, man. He had a good performance. I mean, it's just how we do it in the middle class. We make bets and then we cash checks. And Michael Pittman was certainly one of those. Am I right, ladies? The female views have just increased by a major increment, as reported by Ethan Siegel Media and Uncle Jordan Media. Look, if you don't listen to my sharp calls, there's something wrong with you. I said today, don't play Deontay Johnson. And that would have worked out for you if you did it. So if you keep listening,
he banged for like 18 points or some shit.
I know who you're talking about. So look, keep listening. Michael Pittman, pick him up now.
Yeah, Pittman ended up as something at the wide receiver 12. So sharp call. But also shout out to myself, if I can toot my own horn for 5 seconds here. MVS called last week as the deep threat. I said he's either going to get 25 points, he's going to get you 0. What do you know? He went and scored 24 points this week, 149 yards in a TD, and ended up as the wide receiver 1. This guy was sitting on most of everyone's waivers, and if you were struggling at flex spot and managed to pick him up and start him, he got you that 25 points in his wide receiver 1. In a week that everyone's scoring 50, 60, 70 points, that shit will break you open your game. So if anyone, I don't doubt anyone did, but if anyone listened and went MVS there, fuck, what a call. We won't talk about the shitty Hooper call there. Bit of a whiff. We move on. We go again. The next segment is the streamers. So who are you looking at quarterback this week if you're struggling for a 1 week sort of stream? Who are you looking at, Sammy?
Kirk Cousins. Look. He's playing Dallas Cowboys. Dallas shambles. At this rate, they should be like everyone else in Division 3. Just tanking, get the season done with. There's no point competing anymore. It's all wrapped up aside from the screaming and shouting from the females watching Sam V in Division 3. How's it going? Fuck. Middle class. Look, a classy pickup. Kirk Cousins reflects me. Gets it done, especially when it matters.
Agreed. Kirk Cousins, don't mind picking him up. The other ones that I think you could pick up is Big Ben versus Jacksonville and then Cam Newton versus Houston. I think they can have decent days. So I think you got a few options this week. Tom Brady, if he's still sitting on your waivers, maybe go have a tickle there, see what you got. But I think he rolls into a bye soon. So, yeah. And if you're just streaming for this week, have a look at those three guys, I reckon. Running backs, if you pinch in a spot for running backs, chances are your season's probably pretty much over. But, Sammy, who do you reckon you could pick up at running back?
I mean, like I said, pretty much in waiver wire pickups, man. Gus Edwards, Lat Murray. Lat Murray is just a weekly streamer. You need 6 points, go to Lat.
I think another one you could probably possibly add in is P. Ryan.
So
Adam Gase is an absolute Lamichael. Yeah. Gase is an absolute fuck knuckle and just is an absolute idiot, and he keeps running the ball, Frank Gore. Apparently, they're going to come out and use P. Ryan and just see what they've got. He's showing some moments of brilliance, which is why I'm super confused as to why he's never really bunkered down and had a go with him. So they might do that, or they will also could be just talking shit like Adam Gase normally is, and he'll get 5 rushes for 26 yards and 3 catches for 18 yards, and that'll be him. So, P. Ryan could be a sneaky flex option. I think he has a favorable matchup coming up where they might be chasing. He looks like a low-key pass-catching back. So, I don't mind picking him up. Wide receiver, I don't mind Tim Patrick versus Miami as a 1-week stream. I know that everyone raves about the Miami defense. I think they're great at scoring, but I also think that they give up a fair few points. So, Tim Patrick, I don't mind starting him up. Eventually, Drew Lock's just going to get sick of looking at Jerry Jeudy's ugly-ass face. So, I think they could look to use Tim Patrick a little bit more. Is there anyone else outside that you didn't highlight this earlier that you reckon 1-week stream?
Yeah, listen, mate. We're avoiding fakes and swindling dates with Darnell Mooney and Michael Pittman this week, and that's how we do it in the middle class. I'd love to sit down, have a Cody or two with those boys, check the WAF, make sure the misso's all right, give the kids a bit of a hiding. Just classic New Zealand stuff.
Tight end, don't mind a bit of Logan Thomas. Give me a piece of Logan Thomas this week, and I think you can fire him up. I mean, it's kind of more or less a crapshoot with tight ends this year, it seems. Seems Travis Kelce's kind of the only one that you can really ever trust. So, I mean, if you want to fire him up. Logan Thomas goes up against Cincinnati this week. We just saw what Pittsburgh did to their defense this week. They looked fucking awful. But I like the Cincinnati offense. I think they might get a few tutties early, and this might be a game where they have to pass the ball a little bit. So, backing Logan Thomas this week to get a fair few points.
Yeah, tight ends suck. I don't care about them.
Seems like Travis Kelce's kind of the only one that you can really give a shit about, and then everyone else just absolute crapshoot. You know what I nearly did this week? I nearly started 3 tight ends just so I could try hit one. Let me have a look if any of them would have actually hit. So I was going to start Mike Gesicki in the flex. He would have given me 5.4 points. I started Robert Tonyan, who got me like 5 points. And I started Hooper, who got me like a 1. Oh, that's so disgusting. How good a team is that? Mike Gesicki, Robert Tonyan, and Austin Hooper. Also, on Austin Hooper, double down, boys. Go again next week. Great matchups. Go fucking nuts. I think you just got to back him in. Like, eventually someone's going to pass. Eventually someone's going to have a game there. And eventually it's going to be him. Like, they go up against Philly this week. Then they go up against Jacksonville. Then they go up against Tennessee. Just fucking keep going. Double down. You know what they say at the roulette table? If you lose once, bet twice as much and get your money back. You lose again, you bet 4 times as much, you get your money back. You always get your money back. It's simple economics and math. And you wins. All round wins. Anything else?
A strong school of thought.
Yeah, but it's sharp. Sam, you don't understand. It's the sharp play.
Josh Strong is winning the matchup this week.
Fucking actually?
Yeah.
Who's he playing? And how bad is he?
I think he's predicted to get maybe the second most points in the league. Let me check.
See, guys, Div 3, okay, can we let the season run out before you come for Josh Strong? Because he's a sharp. He's clearly making these plays, winning now. Make move. It's Tom Day would say, if you've got a shit team, make moves. Tom knows more than most. He's
Josh
still
Strong has already won his matchup. He's going to 4-6, which takes him off the bottom of the table. It's that scary Terry trade. So Josh is now up to 9th place or 8th place.
See, getting rid of Scary Terry, sharp move, Josh. You know what you're up to. Can I get all those Div 3 boys that are calling me on Facebook, come out of your hole and come and apologize to Josh Strong, please?
Listen, mate. His team is actually banged for the most points in Div 3. Stefan Diggs, banged. Henry Ruggs, a solid 3 points. Trey Burton, 4 points. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, come on, 23.
Oh, no, can we stop here? Josh is clearly listening to the podcast, and he picked up MVS, and he fucking knew he was going to bang. I know he's a Packers fan, but all he needed was to push it last Tuesday, and he got his guy. 24 points. Enjoy it.
Cooper Kupp, 5 points. Rex Burkhead, 18 points. He listened. We mentioned Rex. Justin Herbert, 20 points. And he listened to us as well. We said, if you have Scotty Miller, drop him. He's dropped him. Well, he's benched him.
Josh, you're fucking sharp. That's why you listen to this podcast. And you're going to make moves.
And he has Lizard.
And it's only going to get better. You can start MVS, you can start Lizard, you're going to bang.
He's playoff bound.
Anyway, that's all we've got time for. Tune in. It's probably be set. The next podcast probably drop sometime Friday, maybe a little bit later, depending on how hungover Sam is on the editing. So, get around that podcast. We'll be reviewing last week's punting segment, start sits, and then also giving a preview this week. So get around it. I'll get to abuse Sam for all his shit picks from last week, and we'll go fucking bonkers. Good night.
Goodbye.